going to stop you.
Okay.
Well, now it started, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everyone. We haven't really thought of a name for this show yet, but...
We have 3 people here with us today. My name is Isaac Zephyr. Might be known from my YouTube channel where I do Minecraft and whatnot.
That's a shameless plug.
I know it is.
I'm Riffti. I don't really have I'm not shameless enough to do a plug for my own things.
I am. I'm Foxin, and I do lots of art for many of you people out there. I say you people out there because you're probably going to be the only ones that listen to this, the people that I advertise to.
He then had a very sad face.
And a tear rolled down his cheek.
Yes.
Oh, there it goes. It just hit the floor.
Anyway, we're probably going to spend today just kind of discussing the main goings-on. E3 was recently, out. And, it's a decent topic of conversation just to begin everything.
Yeah.
Gives you an idea of what we do.
Yes, things flowing.
Yeah, it really does. That said, Smash Brothers.
Yes. For those who watch other podcasts like Japan Time, we're not going to be rehashing the old be-all, end-all. It's coming out in October, and we are looking forward to quite a few things. I'm actually interested to see if they bring back the old Melee style of doing all of the custom battles. Like, going from Melee, they first introduced the stamina mode, which was, like the basic master hand fight in the original one.
Oh, right, HP.
Yeah, when they made that an actual mode in Melee as like its own brawl style, I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
it was just
too.
fun. When Brawl came out, I was really disappointed. I mean, I don't mind how they did Special Brawl, but the fact that everything is like a choice of one or two, it's like, oh, you can have 300% or stamina. Yeah, you can't have both those things, but what's the difference between me having like invisibility and metal for the entire thing? Why do I have to pick one or the other? Can't I just hit a bunch of things and go and have, craziness for an hour and a half?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah. It gets a little bit complicated when you have a bunch of people like, oh, I want this one, oh, I want that one, especially if they conflict with each other, because it's like, you could have this or this. Some people want this and some people want that. And...
Yeah, it's like, I want metal, but low gravity. Yeah. It's like you're basically just playing on normal.
Well, no, you're not. It's still hard to hit people. Anyway. But yeah, between that, I'm hoping to see some new battle styles as well. Like, if they did something... Like, I don't really have any specific ideas. I want to see what they do new. What do they change? What do they add? What makes Smash Brothers Wii U a new experience? I was watching a little bit of the E3 when they introduced Mii Fighter, and I was really interested when... I can't think of his name. I am terrible with Japanese people's names, but I know Reggie at least. They're having their Mii fight and whatnot.
I don't think Reggie is a Japanese name.
That's because he's Nintendo of America. Anyway, and halfway through their fight, I think it's Matsumoto. I want to say it's Matsumoto, but that could be Maker of Zelda. Someone's going to correct me, I know, but...
Or not.
Midway through, he takes like a little Mario statuette, like they have Disney Infinity and Skylanders and all that,
yeah,
pops it on the Wii U thing, and then Mario comes in. I'm like, whoa, are we talking like that's new assist trophy thing? Am I going to have to buy 40 different figures for all the characters and be able to play them both? Or, like, is that the game's going to come with like a small set and you go? Like, what was the deal? Did that change him to Mario halfway through? Did that add Mario in? Like, I haven't heard anyone really discuss that fact. And maybe it's because I missed, like, a previous announcement or something like that. But it was interesting. Not necessarily something I would condone if it's, oh, you gotta buy all of the Smash Brothers figures for this. But it was interesting. I want to know what that new feature is and what else new that they're going to actually add to the game.
It was interesting, though. I don't think it's going to be that popular of a feature.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, I'm going to be very disappointed if it turns out to be one of those Skylander or whatever, where it's just buy all these toys so that you've bought the game, but now you have to add on all the costs of all these figures are going to do nothing but sit in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Hey, we have a shelf of interesting items.
Yeah, which you keep hogging with all of your crap. There's no room on the shelf for 40 different Smash Bros. Figurines.
Well, then we'll get a new shelf. Simple solutions, huh?
Anyway.
Do you guys even have a table set up yet?
We have a table.
It's just broken.
Yeah, it broke. Like, the back 2 legs fell off.
So, no, they didn't fall. They kind of slanted, so the table went...
They actually fell off. Though.
Oh, did they?
I was going to say, how do legs fall off?
I've
seen that table. It took 2 screws to hold them in place.
What table are you thinking of?
That big wooden table that's on the wall?
No. This was a coffee table.
that
my dad made.
Okay. It's like a wood shop table, and it's good, but it's falling apart because it's like 40 years old at this point.
Okay, then. What about the big wooden table that's on your wall?
We don't have anywhere to put that yet, though. I don't think.
How do you have nowhere to put that? You have the wide open area that. Well, I shouldn't say wide open. It's probably still got garbage in that corner.
Hey!
It's not garbage at this point. It's
because it's not in a bag.
Well, no, we got an air conditioner and a bunch of other things, so there's like different boxes in that area for putting that stuff away.
Oh, right.
Anyway, I don't think the listeners need to hear about the state of our home. Not that you living with your parents is much better, I can imagine.
Yeah. Rub that in.
Anyway, let's just put
now for the condescending segment.
Yeah, let's put a cork in that, eh?
Yeah, yes.
No personal jabs here.
But anyway,
the first and last episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, Smash Brothers and these figures and possible new features. I know for one new feature that they have is the ability to customize move sets, but it's not going to be doable online.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, because, you
got to keep things fair.
Yeah. Well, kind of. I see the reason why, because it means that it's the same as, like, I've been playing Pokemon a lot. I play Pokemon competitively when I can. And you have things like Iga Slash, where it has equal special attack and regular attack. Whenever it comes in, you have no idea what it's going to do. Is it going to be a support set with Will-O-Wisp? Is it going to be, Shadow Ball special? Or is it going to be, standard Swords Dance? You don't know what's going to happen when come in. It's so much of a mind game. To add that experience to, he selected Mario. Is he going to be the powerful Fireball Mario or the fast Fireball Mario? You don't know, and it adds that intrigue of not knowing what your opponent's going to do just because he picked a specific guy. But I do see it on the same front of competitively you want things to be relatively standard.
Right.
And, no Mii fighters, because, you're going to have the 10 people who do penis face for their... penis face would like to thrusts into battle.
Just all that makes me think of is that video from like Soul Calibur where that person made the horse.
The horse guy with the dildo.
The horse. There's this guy. Who's the guy who's the base?
Voldo. Who has like all the crazy bending over backwards.
And someone made a giant anthropomorphic horse with a giant dick. And he basically thrusts to attack. He goes on his back and is crawling across the stadium and goes pelvic thrusts his dick into the other people to attack them.
Which wouldn't be bad, except that he kept consistently winning using this strategy. So it's it would be funny if it happened and he lost.
Raped into submission.
Yeah, pretty much. Your resistance only makes me harder.
Oh god damn it. Oh, okay. Now, so we're officially rated M. Do we want to go for R?
NC-17, anyone?
I did mention rape.
By a giant anthropomorphic horse dick. Which, probably half of our listeners would be very much into.
They've just now started listening.
Yes, exactly. No. All they're doing is going to YouTube and searching this.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur giant horse dick.
If you're on YouTube right now and in your search bar says giant horse dick Soul Calibur, I hate you.
Pause us so that you can watch that, get the joke, and then come back because we'll probably have at least one more crazy joke like that.
Probably.
Oh, yoy.
That's actually the other thing, though, too, is that the Mii fighters, they've already announced that they're going to have customizable costumes as well.
Oh, nice.
So it's why have all this effort to customize and personalize yourself if you can't show anyone except for who shows up at your house? That's not to say that, house parties for Smash Bros. And Mario Kart aren't still a huge thing, but, have that, let me share that with everyone. Is it going to have the same kind of photo thing that Wind Waker HD had, where you can take, a snapshot halfway through and share it to the Miiverse?
Maybe it'll be like the Mario Kart, where it takes short videos.
Maybe. I would love to see a highlight reel of, the 3 best Mii kicking your ass.
Yes, and I'm sure lots of people would like to see the highlight reel of Dickface kicking your ass.
Yeah, Nintendo, unfortunately, if that is a thing, it's going to be a double-edged sword in that, yeah, cool, we're going to get the option to share these highlights, but much probably like what happened with, I can't even, it's been forever since the application was on the 3DS now, and able to actually do Snapchat.
Or not Snapchat.
Snapchat's
no,
the iPhone.
What's it called?
Swap
Note, yeah.
Swap Note.
Where after Pokemon came out, because there was so much trading of friend codes online and so much inappropriate stuff going back and forth, they had to shut down the Spot Pass on it. I can imagine because of that level of customization that you could technically do. And I mean, that's not to say it's not in Mario Kart right now, too, because you can use your Mii as a driver.
Yeah.
But for that, I'm trying to think of what I'm saying. If it becomes a problem, I can imagine where it will start to have to get taken down. Because I mean, I'm loving the ability to just throw a highlight reel on my YouTube channel with like just that.
Yeah.
Because it's a simple 30-second video that, yeah, cool, I don't get monetization for like I do my Minecraft stuff, but it's there, it throws my name out to people who haven't seen my stuff already, and it's on the Mario Kart enormous channel of people looking for, Luigi and his death stare.
I love the Luigi death stare.
It is the greatest thing ever. I think the best one that I've seen, though, was Riding Dirty.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Just, it was beautiful.
The other thing, though, that I'm liking about the highlight reels is Nintendo ultimately still gets to decide what content gets posted or not posted.
Right.
You have the option, but it's a pre-rendered video that Nintendo is like, okay, you can have this, don't go crazy.
Right. Yeah.
So you don't get to pick what highlights. They do it for you.
Actually, you can go through the edit and pick the highlights.
Yeah, but still, it gives you, you can't pick from the entire race.
Yeah, you can.
Really?
If you do edit highlight reel, what it does is it gives you the recording of the entire race, and you can pick parts to actually put in the video.
That I
nice.
didn't know. Okay, funky.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be slow motion, but I fidgeted around with it when you were at work, and
Well, that's
you
why.
get to pick
That's
which
why I
highlights you
don't
want.
know.
Granted, nothing will compare to Nintendo picking Bowser throwing the red shell at Baby Mario. Baby Mario goes down, flailing all over the place, and Bowser's just there with his face. He's just grinning yeah! And then comes barreling in behind him and smacks him off the road. Still with this malice grin, doesn't even turn back to look at him, just driving onwards. It was beautiful. I think it's on the highlight reels that are on my
It is,
YouTube
yeah.
channel.
You put it up already.
Yeah. That and Daisy smacking her head off the finish line.
What?
There's certain races where you'll notice that the Mario Kart logo hanging from the finish line is actually on hinges.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where generally there's a gliding part at the very end, and if you're high enough on the glide, you'll smack it and it'll swing back and forth. It's beautiful. But yeah, no, I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, huh. So that's also uploaded. I think just one where me and her were trolling each other, so just Riffti and me just going ham, just back and forth, Ludwig, and I think I was Koopa. No, it was Toad. What the fuck was I? Don't even remember.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, I think the only...
Phrasing.
I think so far Mario Kart 8, though, is an amazing game except for one quality. And I know you haven't played it yet, Foxin, but have you played any of the previous Mario Karts?
Oh, yeah, almost all of them.
You know Battle, where you have your balloons, you're driving around.
It was great back Super Nintendo N64 days, but lately it's just been not worth it.
Mario Kart Wii didn't do a great one. They had kind of a coin battle system from what I did play it. I didn't actually play Mario Kart Wii for that often.
Yeah. Same here.
I played Mario Kart 64 because it was amazing for the time. It was the only racing game I actually liked. It made me pick up other racing games to try them, and I'm like, this isn't Mario Kart. This is not worth my time.
Yeah, it's the same way.
Diddy Kong Racing, not terrible though, but still, it's no Mario Kart. And Mario Kart DS came out, and I had a friend, me and my friend, if he's listening, I don't think he is, because I don't think he would ever listen to this, and I haven't seen him for years. His name was Maxwell. We both had a super, super competitive nature when it came to games. From Ruby and Sapphire onwards, we were rivals, and he was always much better than me. He started EV training and IVs and all that shit way before I even learned what it was. I just realized that if I leveled my guy up through grinding instead of rare candies. He was slightly stronger than his guys, so I didn't care. I wasted hours of my life. We did that, Harvest Moon, but Mario Kart DS was one of the big games we started actually being really competitive with, and it brought me back into Mario Kart.
Nice.
So when 7 came out, I got that. I never picked up Wii, though, because I didn't like the steering wheel concept. I know that's probably a lot of people in the Wii when it comes to the motion gaming. It's like, I prefer my controller, and a lot of games like Smash Brothers, people still use the GameCube controllers. After I first got a Wii, and actually I didn't even get it. I was playing it at a friend's place, and he taught me to play with the sideways controller, so it's almost like you're playing with an old NES controller, but I can still pull off everything in Smash Bros.
Right.
So I have less buttons than I need to think about, like which one's my grab. Well, I don't need to think about which one's my grab. I have so few buttons, it's just which combination is grab.
See, I think that would be harder because I'm very much just one button push.
Yeah.
Like, and going back to using the GameCube controllers, the C stick is like my go-to tool. I use Fox in the game. It's just like, oh, you're over there, C stick, kick.
Yeah. And whereas I generally link, and it's always 2, which is my A, and sideways of whichever direction, but I've learned to control it so well that I can chain moves very easily with the Wii remote. So it's all in all, it's really how you want to play. But with Mario Kart, I could never get the hang of the wheel because having to be as competitive as I was with my friend, I had to learn things like drifting, things like how to do like the small bunny hops and whatnot. And when I got the wheel and looked at what the controls were for that, I was like, this is horrible.
See, now I had no problem doing that. I picked it up. I got right into it right away. I was driving manual. I was doing the bunny hops. I was drifting. It was great.
And I got it after a little bit of practice, but like my first time playing Mario Kart Wii, it was horrible because I had the option of automatic, which would do it for me with the wheel, which I didn't like.
Drifting wasn't nearly as good on automatic as it is on manual.
It is because you don't get the boost,
right?
But going through Mario Kart 7 was very good. It still maintained the battle mode and brought it back to that 3 balloons, last man standing thing. What they've done with Mario Kart 8, which just disappoints me so much, is they changed their formula. There's no battle areas with it. It's just the race courses. Oh. And I haven't taken the time to look at the Wii U gamepad because I know that's where your track race is for an actual race. You can see where the players are instead of on your screen. As much as I would love it on my screen, I wish there was an option for it. But me and Riffti generally we just throw it on to show us where all the racers are. Because to hell with someone using the gamepad as a controller, I'm generally using the wheel now because it's got much smoother drifting controls.
Yeah.
But there's no radar that I can find for the battle modes. You're playing on a racetrack, you can't find players, and instead of it being last person standing, not only can you not find where people are, but it scores you based on how many balloons you have left after a time limit and how many balloons you took from other people. Which I don't say is a bad way of doing it, because last man standing is good. I wish it was an option. But doing a score-based one isn't terrible. But you don't have the modes for battle anymore. You don't have, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but there were different types. I think it was in 7. You could have the balloon battle, or you could have, the coin battle, who has the most coins at the end. There were always different types of battle that you could choose. I could be thinking of a different game.
I don't know. I've never played the battle. I hated the battle stages so much.
I actually can't remember, but I have Mario Kart 7 downloaded, so we can always just play.
I only played the racing on those ones anyway. I hated battle.
Same here. I stopped playing the battle.
Battle just bored me. I'm just like,
Like at Double Dash, that's when I stopped playing battle. Yeah. Double Dash had the best.
I gotta say,
Double Dash is still my favorite.
Yeah, Double Dash is still the best.
And from what I understand,
just 1 second. I'm just saying. In recent times, yes, the new ones are good, but I still find Melee is my favorite of the Super Smash games.
Yeah, same here.
I was gonna say,
and Double Dash was my favorite of the Mario Kart series. So I'm finding, unfortunately, the GameCube seemed to be the best system for the games where they made the right innovations in the right areas to make a better game. Because when you compare Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 and whatever to Double Dash or whatever, it's not the same. Double Dash is better.
Yeah.
I crap, my foot fell asleep.
Mine's falling asleep.
Okay.
And
We're going to be laughing because of my quote. I'm so sorry.
Super Smash Brothers, again, Melee was better than Brawl.
Well, the thing with
completely
Melee
agree.
as well is even after Brawl was released... sorry about that. We had a small interruption. But yeah, no, like I was saying, even after Brawl was released, if you go back and ask... I can't remember who make... Again, I never remember makers
the
for
maker
things.
of the game.
But maker of Smash Brothers actually left after Melee, came back for Brawl. Like, they actually asked him directly. But even after Brawl was released, made, and done... he still stands by Melee was the strongest game he's ever done. It was made to show off the GameCube, and they did everything to it. Even with the innovations Brawl's all made, Nintendo themselves, or Melee is better.
Yeah. See, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Third-party characters.
Yeah.
Do you think they belong in the Smash Brothers series?
I like it. I mean, I like the opportunity for other franchises and whatnot to get in. I mean, I know for a small section of it's probably Nintendo is a small cash grab of, okay, you want to be in Brawl, you know, it's a little bit, but, you know...
As he makes the give me money pinchy fingers.
Yeah. But, I mean, I like to see things, especially if they've had titles for Nintendo done. It's nice to see that they get the option to be in there. Like, I mean, Mega Man has been, like, specifically Nintendo. I've never seen a Mega Man game other than, like, Legends that was on a different console.
PlayStation 1.
That was Legends.
No, it wasn't.
Maverick Hunter for the PSP.
Oh.
Which was just a remake of Mega Man X. But
mine was like Mega Man Anniversary, was it Mega Man 8 Anniversary Edition or something like that? I had on PS1.
Mega Man X, what was it? I think X3 through 7 are on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
At any rate.
But, I mean, what I'm saying, like, if you think back to Mega Man in and of himself, you think NES.
Yeah.
Which, it's interesting to see the new roster. Well, no, because you got the new roster that's been added for Brawl. It's Pac-Man, it's Mega Man, it's all retro gaming icons. Even Palutena, I mean, I know she was more drastically introduced in Kid Icarus Uprising, which is the same company that is doing Smash Brothers. It's Kid Icarus Uprising, which is which I think why Pit got a game so far away from the original release was like, hey, he's in Smash Brothers now. Let's actually use that wireframe and give him his own game again.
Yeah, really.
But seeing Palutena there again, it's still a throwback to retro old NES gaming. It's almost like this new Smash Brothers, with all their new characters, have been aimed more at old gamers. Because, I mean, you look at Brawl, and the ones they added were like Wario and Solid Snake, where they're all more new age games post PS1. But Pac-Man's 1980. They even show it in his intro video.
Yeah, he actually predates Mario and Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like they're making huge throwback to retro gaming, in my opinion, and I don't disagree with it. I mean, I like going back and playing things like Galaga just for shits and giggles. Yeah. But I think it's nice to see that they're aiming and acknowledging the crowd that want to be playing Smash Brothers. It's like, teen to college that have all of their friends jumbling up in one spot, and those age groups that originally played Smash Brothers on the N64.
Well, I find personally, sorry to cut you off there. I find personally Nintendo makes games for Nintendo players,
right?
And there's no doubt, there's no who's buying the Wii U. It's people who's had other Nintendo systems beforehand. They're not going to draw in any new customers or anyone just because.
Yeah.
So they make games for Nintendo. It's for the people who know the series and the franchises, love the characters, love the stories, etc., etc. So, unfortunately, that's the kind of people that they're making the games for. Well, unfortunately or fortunately, depends on what side of the coin you're on.
I consider that unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's just it, because look at every third-party Nintendo game out there. Has you ever found a really good one? Like, really?
Well, the unfortunate thing about it, too, is that places like Ubisoft, and they've mentioned this, I think they mentioned it on Game Theory, was to make something for the Wii U, because it is such a drastically different control scheme, the asymmetrical gameplay. To take a game that you can release on both the Xbox One or the PS4 and make it for the Wii U is a hassle to go out of your way to do so. So you wind up with, yay, I can get Assassin's Creed on the Wii U, but it doesn't have the same level of HD graphics because that's not what Nintendo's going for. And
you have to throw in some gamepad bullshit just to make it relevant to the system.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I would speak highly for Nintendo. Unfortunately, I don't speak highly for third party in Nintendo. There have been some good stuff. Like, Capcom is generally very good at making Nintendo titles.
Yeah.
With the exception, and I love the games to death, but Oracle of Ages and Seasons were horrible Capcom game attempts at doing Zelda.
That was Capcom?
Yeah, Capcom did Ages and Seasons. They also did Minish Cap. And Minish Cap is a good game. Like, Minish Cap is beautiful. It's well done. Yes, it recycles characters a lot like Ages and Seasons did, but it wasn't the sprite ripoff from Link's Awakening, which is my favorite Zelda title, which is probably why I like Ages and Seasons. But it's like putting, well, you even see it in Brawl. When Pac-Man goes into his Pac-Man mode and he's like just the circle,
yeah,
he seems out of place. Same as Game & Watch generally seems out of place when he's playing there. I mean, we've grown accustomed to him being there, but when you played Melee and you first unlocked Game & Watch, tell me you weren't like, what the hell, it's a 2D character.
Yeah.
He just does not seem like he belongs there, and that's...
Yeah, but I loved him.
I know, but...
The bacon attack. Just bacon!
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 I think that's supposed to be pancakes.
I think it's sausage. It's actually sausage.
It's bacon!
But yeah, whenever I'm playing with my sister, it's just bacon, yeah. Just spam the bacon button. You get too close, grease.
Bacon button. Now that's something we need to have in real life.
A
Click,
bacon
that
button.
was easy. Bacon.
Bacon. But yeah, no, you get too close to the frying pan, you're gonna get burned. Grease fire, haha.
Get some salt. Get some salt.
But yeah, no, like third party and Nintendo generally don't get hugely along, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I think the most recent thing Capcom that I can think of that I actually own that Capcom gave Nintendo was Project Cross Zone. And I have very mixed feelings about the game.
I kind of wanted to play that, but at the same time, it's a Capcom fighting game, and I'm terrible at those.
It's not a fighting game.
It's not a fighting game?
It's not a fighting game. It is a turn-based tactical combat game. A little bit like Tactics, except when you actually get into a fight, you have to choose which actions you want to do with, like, button combination. Huh. So it's like mixing a fighting game and a turn-based, which is, I think, where I have my malfunction with it. It's like, I like Final Fantasy Tactics. I think it's a beautiful...
That's one of my favorite Tactics games.
I love Tactics Advanced. Was the first one I actually got to play from that series. And I loved the story. I loved everything. I got Tactics when it was re-released, Heart of Lions or whatever, for PSP.
You got that too as well.
I got that, and playing it, I couldn't get into it the same way I got into Tactics Advanced.
It was different.
It was, because it was... Tactics Advanced is basically... like someone's playing Tactics or has heard of Tactics and gets sucked into the game. It's a compelling storyline. With the original Tactics, it's standard Final Fantasy, which isn't bad. I like Final Fantasy, but it's just it's lackluster because it's the same thing we've seen over and over again. Whereas, like I said, Advanced had a very unique storyline. You had a cripple kid who got to walk, and it's just like, oh my god!
Like the doozy bots.
The doozy bots. Oh my god! We were at Anime North, and we were watching lame anime, and the one thing these shows that just consistently we get reminded of is the doozy bots, which was like SD Gundam trying to come to America for the first time. They called it Doozy Bots.
Yeah, they're like, what do we even do with this? I don't even know. It's Gundam, they're super deformed, like, what do we do? So
I saw that in American.
They completely redid it as the Doozy Bots.
And basically these like high school kids, a football player, a fat kid, a cripple, and like a skater, get turned into like little Gundams. And the cripple kid in the wheelchair, you'd figure he's the one who gets the most out of this, because, hey, he can be a little robot. He can finally walk, but no, they gave him tank legs. So he's still rolling around.
He's still a crippled robot.
It's just beautiful. It's just like, oh.
The one person that could have used it is the crippled black kid, and nope, they give him tank wheels.
He's a crippled black kid? You go ahead and double minority on them?
Exactly. Is the crippled black kid in the wheelchair who can't walk, and they give him tank treads for legs.
It's the most, it's like the greatest thing ever because of how insensitive it is. And it's just like, yep, that was a thing.
They actually tried to market that crap. I don't think it ever got off the ground, thankfully.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a crippled black kid in anything. Name one crippled black kid. No, Malcolm in the Middle.
There you go.
Malcolm in the Middle. He had the one wheezy kid in a wheelchair. Yeah, he was black. That's the only one. Name another.
In House, there was an episode where there was a black kid.
No, a recurring character.
Oh, okay, fine. Recurring... Okay, I feel too racist on this topic, actually.
A recurring black character in a wheelchair.
Actually, I haven't included anyone in. I've been really big on Battle Block Theater recently. It's actually something that I'm thinking...
Yeah, we really need to get away from the black cripples anyway.
I've been really into Battle Block Theater. It's got the Smash Brothers aspect that I like, of just the brawling around, but it's also a decent platformer that... I don't really want to say you have to think about. The puzzles can be difficult. It's done by the same people who make Castle Crashers. You can pick it up on Steam for like $15, not on sale. So it's a very cheap game to pick up. But I've been actually working on Foxin's head for the entirety of this podcast.
Head
Just silently
Foxin?
working on the back. And
I just want to let you know you're doing an incredible job.
But I just finished it, actually. I want to know what you think. But we're probably the four of us, not just, like, there's only the three of us here. We have Silver Stitched as well. I'm thinking that we'll probably do the game just four-player, palling around. We're planning to do some live stream events as well for gaming. Preferably with a donation base for us doing it. Not for any other reason than we're working towards a long-term goal. Okay, fine, we won't talk about it now, but...
It's in the works, and we have a lot to still work on, so we're cutting the unveiling for right now.
The basics, though, is we want to start giving back more to the community, and so we're going to be starting some different fundraising events, for which, some of them might be gaming and whatnot. Others, we're going to, like, bowling meets, different simple things. But we're going to be working towards kind of a group goal. And the end result's probably going to be sometime like 2015, 2016 for us to have any sort of end result on it. But in the meantime, we're going to be wanting to try to earn some money towards this goal that, we're not going to talk about
This big
yet.
project.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Does it count as a shameless plug if we don't actually plug it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Again, shameless plugging my YouTube channel. If you can give me money there, I'm fine. But no, I finished his Battle Block. I don't want to know what he thinks.
I'm going to look at it now.
Less stonery.
Less stonery, yeah.
When I take off this color.
My far pupil could be a little bigger.
Probably.
But other than that, no, I like it, and I'd like to see it in game.
Okay. But no, Battle Block Theater, really, really good game. If you get the opportunity to pick it up, definitely do. Just for... They have like an announcer guy in the background, and if you've played games with good announcers, like if you play the end of the Torgs Arena in Borderlands 2, you get Torgs, an awesome commentator on everything. You have a commentator in this who is whimsical, cynical, and just has the perfect saying for every moment. My credit to the voice actor who does it, but just him alone would have sold the game for me. If the gameplay wasn't as great as it was, like, this is honestly, currently, Smash Brothers hasn't been released yet. Mario Kart, like I said, they screwed up battle mode. Battle Block Theater, I would say best game I've played so far, 2014.
For multiplayer?
For multiplayer. For single player, nothing, because I haven't played anything single player other than, like, Pokemon.
So Pokemon it is.
Yeah, and that was 2013. It carries over. Woohoo!
Yeah. Actually, I'm really interested for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
Like, I
get those games no matter what, just because between me and my sister, we have every Pokemon game.
Yeah. Same here with me. Between me, I pretty much have every Pokemon game. I think
Between yourself? Like, you just store them in your ass cheeks?
Her, she's here, but she doesn't really contribute anything.
Aw, hey!
Well, no. Well, here's the thing, is that I've owned...
Shot to the heart.
Well, you never owned any of the first gen.
You're to blame.
I am. I owned Blue and Yellow. I ended up getting a copy of Red from a friend who was just giving it away.
Right.
For Gold and Crystal, I got those two, and then I ended up getting a copy of Silver, just thrown into my lap one day. Same with Sapphire and Emerald. I randomly just came across a copy of Ruby through random friends who were just like, I'm getting rid of this. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take your copy of Ruby. Why not? I think, actually, I originally got it because it was Diamond and Pearl had come out. Which, actually, I don't think I have a copy of Diamond. I think that's like the one I'm missing is a copy of Diamond.
You have black, white, at 1 and 2?
Well, with her, I have black and black 2. Otherwise, I would have gotten them on my own. But when X and Y came out, we ended up getting both just because the story was so engaging. The ability to customize your trainer and all that was, I wanted another opportunity. I didn't want to give up my original character for beating the game and who has like complete Pokedex and all that. But I still wanted to go through, like, play as a girl, see the girl fashions and whatnot. And, like,
Nuzlocke.
Yeah, it's a perfect excuse to go back and play the game in different modes, like, doing a Nuzlocke challenge or something like that. Yeah. Plus, I can own a physical copy of one and a digital copy of another, so it's not even like I have to get mine mixed up with her physical copy. I can just have an extra copy through a different medium.
That's true. Yeah.
So, the fact that I don't have to have 2 cartridges or 4 cartridges between the two of us laying around everywhere is okay. Like, I mean, downloading games I was iffy with Nintendo to begin with, just because, and I hate to say it, Nintendo was massively behind the bar for the Nintendo network. That was something that, like, everyone else had in 2005, and we're really only seeing the synergy of the Nintendo network now.
Yeah.
Which...
Way to drop the ball, Nintendo.
Yeah, but that was the thing, is that if I buy a DS and then I buy another DS, I can't move anything over. But now, with the network, it at least acknowledges that all of my money is in one styled account, and if I change systems or something happens, I can move it to the other system and re-download it.
Right.
The other thing is, I think the Nintendo network also has, some games have cloud-based saving, so you can actually save the digital copies of your game, like the memory, the saved file to the game or to your Nintendo Direct, uninstall the game, and then when you want to reinstall it later, you still have all your stuff.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So having that option, I think, is really cool. I think PlayStation was doing it a while ago.
Yeah.
So still, they're behind the ball on it massively, but it's nice to finally see. It makes me more comfortable getting a digital game. I mean, it's unfortunate all the DSi stuff is gone now. Like, I can't... If I get a new system, I can't reinstall 4 Swords, which sucks. I would love to just buy 4 DSs and have 4 copies of 4 Swords laying around. For the entire purpose of just playing with 4 people.
Why can't you?
Because the game doesn't have download and you need multiple DSs. I can play it on my own, but I can't play with 3 other people like the game was originally intended without having 4 DSs that have the game. Yeah. So it's
like, how feasibly, though, how could you do it?
What, add it to 4 DSs?
No, how could you play 4 characters with 1 DS?
If you play on your own, because it's the remake of the not the GameCube one. I want the GameCube one to be remade so badly because it's so hard to find a copy. But it's a remake of the Game Boy Advanced one where you needed multiple players, but if you play on your own, you get 2 links to play with and you just swap between the 2 as you need to. So it nerfs the puzzles a little bit to do them on your own, and you lose the ability to basically both be fighting at the same time. But you get to play on your own, so you don't need another person there. It's a game much better played with more people. And I mean, that's probably actually why I like Nintendo as much as I do, is that if you look at PlayStation, cool, you have really awesome games like Borderlands, but you can really only play online with other people. And you can play split screen, but there's so few good PlayStation and Xbox games that I can invite 3 friends over and we can sit down and play a game.
Well, then there was that one just horrible thing that PlayStation tried to sell, the special TV that projected 2 things at the same time.
What?
Yeah, and PlayStation came out with a TV screen that projected 2 full-screen images at the same time, one overlaid on top of each other, and you would wear a special pair of glasses that focused in on one of those at a time. I tried it out. They had it at the EB over by Walmart, and it worked fine. But the whole concept of, like, it's like local multiplayer, but like people got used to full screen because of online multiplayer.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing, is like, there's like no split screen games for PlayStation anymore. It's all you have to play online. Which, granted, their online's free, so I don't need to worry about it. But Xbox has the problem, you gotta pay for an Xbox Live account for the same goddamn game that you can't play with someone in your house.
See, back in the day, the biggest problem with split screen was that you needed a large enough screen.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you got
now
like
a large enough screen is like dirt cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like we got the 50-inch. We picked it up for like $700.
Ours is 60 inches, isn't it?
Oh, that's something ridiculous. It's fucking huge.
It is a big TV.
And like you've played split screen on it, you might as well have your own small television. Like it's great.
I used to back in the day. I used to have a little 13-inch. I'd have my Super Nintendo hooked up to it, and that was how I would play. It was basically like playing a split-screen game, only I'd not seen the top half.
Speaking of Super Nintendo, actually, I just pulled all that stuff out of storage.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I had to buy a whole new N64 system because all of my games are gone. I'm still looking for a couple of niche games like Mega Man 64, because a lot of people give that game flack. I like it.
I couldn't beat it. I just couldn't.
I beat it. The first time I played it through, I got to like the final boss, and he was just so hard. But like, I took the time when I became a better gamer to play it
Phrasing.
again. It was so hard.
You said that with such emphasis too on the hard.
So
tell me how hard he was. Tell me how hard he was, Isaac.
So hard. Didn't you hear him? So.
But it came down to
his hardness.
But I think the reason I liked the game though was for the N64. I really liked Zelda, and that game played out a lot like Ocarina of Time did. Like, I mean, I had an NES, but I never actually owned any of the original Mega Man games. And down on me as much as you want for that. It's just a matter of I'm 22 going 23 in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, you don't have to now. You can download the originals onto your 3DS.
Which I've played, but the 3DS has such... And I don't mean to say that the controllers... I have Zelda there as well. With Mega Man, you need such... And I...
Four Swords.
Yeah, Four Swords. We gotta play at some point. But going back to it is with... Oh, fuck. With... God damn it. I lost my train of thought. With the 3DS, it uses a much more crisp control system.
Yeah.
Whereas to play Mega Man and be good at it, you kind of need the old NES controller, where it's like slightly unresponsive, but you can easily just roll to the other side of the controller to get that nice back and forth jump. You can't do that on the new DS because it's too click crisp. So you have to go a set distance, and it kills the experience of the game. You kind of need the old controller to do it, which it's not so bad playing it. I have Mega Man X1 on the Wii U. With the Wii U, if you plug in the classic controller, it kind of has that rolling over style of D-pad that you can play with, and it's good. But playing on the 3DS, because like if I pulled mine out, you can hear it click when you go to press the button. Oh wait, you have the XL model.
I do have the XL model.
It has a more rounded one. But if I pull out my...
I guess you can kind of hear it click, yeah.
Yeah, no, with the 3DS though, just the regular one,
Let me hold it.
you can feel it's like a clicky style one. Like,
oh yeah, that is
distinctly click. So as a result, when you try to play something like Mega Man...
Got a lot of shit.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Anyway, as I was going to say, maybe we should change topics, because Isaac has kind of taken over.
I have. I'm crazy.
Yeah, and like you predicted, he would take over the entire podcast.
Well, hey,
I told you.
Yeah.
You needed someone to talk.
We didn't even get to any of these topics other than video game news, and it's really not even video game news, it's video game speculation.
He just kept going on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I think
it's why I'm a mildly successful YouTuber. It's because I can take a topic and talk it for an hour.
I think for the next one, I'm going to need a big stick, and I'm just going to beat you when I think you've talked more than enough.
Talking stick, he's not allowed to have it.
We could alternately, we could set a timer and like...
on you?
No,
like, seriously, it's like, can I get a... Oh, no, he's going... Can I get a point?
No, but I'm like saying, like, time each topic, so we only have so long to talk about each topic.
I think we need to get like one of those little hotel bells where it's like, okay, we've had enough. All right, next topic.
Yeah, no, you brought in someone with a gaming channel and made the first topic gaming. Of course I talked about it for an hour.
Well, I need someone to start the conversation, not carry it the entire show.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it for future ones, listeners.
Alright, so I guess that's it then.
Yeah.
We don't have time for anything else.
No, our time here is up. I've been Foxin. Next time, I think I'll be someone else.
And this is Isaac Zephyr. As per my normal plug, I'm signing out.
Yeah, maybe we'll invite you back.
Hey.
And this is Riffti berating my boyfriend because he just yapped our ears off. Here they are in my hands.
My ears! Oh God, my ears!
This show doesn't have any schedule. It's really just whenever we can find a time that we're all not working.
Yeah, and can book the library. Actually, a quick plug to the Brantford Library.
Yes. Got to send it better.
This is important. That's actually why we had our interruption, because someone was looking in. We are currently into the digital media lab at the Brantford Library, which is free to use. Actually, when we first learned about it, you and I, Foxin and I, we left the library and we're like, wow, I didn't know there was so much stuff you could do at the library. I know, right? How awesome. Did we just do like a commercial for the library?
I squeed.
Yeah.
I totally squeed.
It was kind of awesome. But check out your guys' local library. You never know what you're going to find. The Brantford Library has a 3D printer downstairs that's free to use. They have this digital media room where they have the recording software, Mac computers.
They have a freaking green screen set up.
Green screen. There is a keyboard and a guitar that plugs straight into your computers. They have a robot lab over here with Lego Mindstorms. They have all sorts of stuff, and that's perfectly free to use. So make sure you guys go to your libraries and check out what's there, because you might be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to wrap everything up, you can find each of us on Fur Affinity, or you can find me on YouTube. I think you can find Riffti on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube under Riffti, Rifti.
Obviously, there's going to be some sort of joint channel for this stuff if you want to just stay with each of us, or just all of us as a team.
Yeah, we actually set up nothing for this so far. We just said, let's record something.
Well, let's set up something and then we can just throw it on there.
Yeah.
Saves a bunch of files of the same thing floating around.
Really, yeah.
We don't need to explain our process.
Yeah.
But anyway, be all end all. You can find us all individually if you have questions, things you might like to see us talk about, or different topics, anything that comes up. We can definitely find some time to talk about it. It also gets us away from me talking for an hour and a half about
if
whatever.
anyone has any suggestions or anything that they want to hear us, or our opinions, or questions of the day, or anything like that, throw them at us and we'll try and answer them as they come in.
Yeah. We'll get an email set up for everything to go to eventually.
At some point as well, we're probably also going to try to do all this stuff live as well, so
yes, I would
we
love
can have
to do
people
that.
throw in questions while we're actually speaking. So definitely something we're going to start improving on. Hopefully, eventually, get it out of the library just so that we can do it at any time.
Right. Which would probably cut our recording quality, because this is one hell of an awesome mic.
I found that same mic, basically. It's
How much?
not a Snowflake one, like $300. It's an expensive mic, but it's basically the same one. I was showing it to Riffti earlier just because, like I said, for gaming, we're going to want either a solitary mic or I need to get 4 USB mics.
Anyway,
we stupid.
Well, if anyone needs to find me, I'll be on a street corner trying to earn the money. But yeah, that's all we have for this show. Thanks for
tuning in and listening to us, and
hopefully you listened all the way through.
Yeah, listen through all the gab.
Hey, the gab is the best part of any podcast.
Anywho, we'll see y'all later.
Signing off.